Gordon? 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 Gordon! He's awake! What happened? What the Henry? What the?
I've no idea what's going on.
What do you mean? Why are we both off the rails? What the hell happened? Can someone just tell me? That's the problem, Gordon. No one seems to remember it. Good morning. It is the 5th of October, 1995. We've just gotten reports of a very strange incident just outside of Wellsworth. Last night there appears to have been a train accident or wreck of some kind, but no one seems to remember what happened. All we know is that the night express and a rescue train somehow ended up off the rails without any knowledge or recollections about how it happened. Fortunately, there have been no deaths, but quite a few have been significantly injured, including the drivers of the train. All trains past Wellsworth, including the Brendan branch, have been cancelled. We'll keep you updated with more info when we get it. This is quite a serious incident. It's made headlines already. However, I will not dare point any fingers until a full investigation of this incident is completed. Thank you, sir.
Last thing I remember is getting the breakdown crane for something in the early hours.
But what for?
I just can't remember. That's the problem.
Will Gordon and Henry be all right, sir?
Yes, indeed, Edward. Don't worry, my dear engine. However, we are still at a loss for what exactly happened.
Which is why I am here to ask you all some questions.
We didn't do anything, sir. Honest.
Didn't say you did. I'm just here to hear your recollections of last night. Like, did you have any interactions with the two locomotives?
Well, it was very late, so most of us were already back in our sheds, or preparing to go back.
I did see Gordon getting ready for his train that evening. Usual time, around 9:30. Nothing out of the ordinary, though.
But passengers too?
Yes, sir. All acting normal.
Then of course I was half asleep, but I remember Henry being called for a breakdown train to clear the line.
Did you hear what the obstacle was?
No, sir.
May have been a tree or a landslide.
I see. And were there any other strange events or sightings during the night?
No, sir. We woke up to find Gordon and Henry still gone, and the accident or whatever it was already happened.
Very well. Thank you all for your input. It will help the investigation.
You're welcome, sir. I hope this is all solved soon.
So let me get this straight. There was a hole in the ground where the tracks were?
That's what we were told. A sinkhole of some kind. So we had to stop. The train then tried to reverse, but by coincidence a large tree had fallen on the line behind us. We were stuck, so the buses came and took us passengers home.
I see.
I was called to help rescue stranded passengers at about 12:30ish. There was a sinkhole in the tracks, and then a large tree on the line behind. Very odd. But anyway, I didn't see much aside from that. I was far away from the rails.
I'm afraid I know nothing. I was just woken up by a call around 5 in the morning and rushed out to the scene.
Very well.
Constable chap, I've just received some news. Gordon's memory is coming back.
Roger that. I'll be at Croven's Gate soon. Would you like to join me, Sir Hat?
Of course. I'm eager to find out this case as much as you are.
Excuse me, police coming through. Ah, Gordon, how are you?
Better, sir, thank you, but my memory is still a bit fuzzy.
Well, just tell me what you know so far. Give us a rundown of your journey and events.
Very well. It was the 9:30 night express. limited stop, arrive at Vickerstown at 10:30, then return home for Knapford for a midnight arrival. You know how it is. We were delayed 10 minutes because of a signal fault, but we managed to make up for lost time. It was very uneventful after. We made it in time for Daisy for the branch line connections at Elsbridge. We soared down the line like usual, but just after we passed Wellsworth, it began. Hold on, what's that? The tracks ahead have disappeared. Yes, they have! Stop the train! It's a good thing they did. Turns out there was a massive sinkhole.
You mean the one by the hill? But we thought that was the impact of the crash. Or the cause of the crash.
Nope, I didn't touch it. It was just there, in the middle of the line, swallowing all 3 tracks. What the bloody hell has happened here? An earthquake? I haven't the faintest idea. Soil's probably weakened. It's a sinkhole, I think. But it's so perfectly round. And for one this size, the ground would have to be made of sand. We are close to the ocean. True, but regardless, there's no way we're getting to Vickerstown tonight. Passengers weren't too happy about that, but they knew this was something serious. The return train from Vickerstown to Knapford was cancelled as well. We should reverse back to the station and then get permission to go back to Knapford.
Which? Whoever called me just said there was a hole in the rails, not a bloody crater. We get small holes in the rails all the time, so I thought it was one of those. Yes, well anyway, we never got back to Wellsworth.
What was that? We better go check. Maybe there's another sinkhole. Wait, stop! Stop! There's a tree on the line!
Hang on, there was never a tree there.
You're right, and it's too big to move by hand. Well, that's just great. We'll need a crane.
That'll take hours. We're already delayed.
You're right. I'll go phone for help.
So he did, and they sent for buses to take the passengers either back home or to Vickerstown. They all disembarked and had to walk a great distance to the nearest road. They then called for a crane. Originally Boko was going to come from Wellsworth, but they found out he wasn't there, and neither was the breakdown crane, so there was a massive delay.
And this is where I come in. They called for me around 2 a.m.
Come on, Henry. We're needed urgently. Gordon's trapped by a tree.
Of course, it took him over an hour to get ready. It was so long that I managed to doze off, then wake up again, and he still wasn't there. Well, it's about bloody time. What the? Where'd he go? Where is he?
That's strange. Maybe it was someone going down the Brendan branch. But he was very loud. Oh look, there's Henry now.
Oh my goodness, that's a massive tree. What the hell have you been doing this time? It's 3:30 in the damn morning.
By that time, the fog started rolling in. Quite fast, too. By the time the workmen had hitched up the tree, it had consumed us all. Well, that's just great. Now we've got fog.
Quite thick, too.
What the?
Who's there?
Someone's coming. Hello? Who's there?
James? Edward?
That better not be you, Thomas.
So who was it?
We don't know. Our drivers looked around, but never found anything. Oh, and this is where my memory starts to fade.
Mine too.
Take your time. No worry.
Ugh, I know something big happened. I just can't seem to grasp it. Ugh. Last thing I remember is the guard pulling out the video camera for something and...
Wait, video camera? He had a video camera?
Yes, he always does. We had several cases of passengers getting into fights, so we... Hold on. Yes, of course. The tapes. You just need to go watch the tapes.
Okay, gentlemen. We need to salvage the tapes from that video camera.
Morning, sir.
Ah, so tell me, what was on those tapes?
Well, I think you need to see for yourself.
What do you mean?
Just trust me. No one can quite explain what they saw last night on that screen. And it was quite disturbing, to be honest.
That better not be you, Thomas. Something funny, goddammit.
Crikey, what's going on out there? What's going on? I think someone is stalking us. Jesus Christ! That was certainly not me. Me neither. Shh! Shush! Someone's coming. Oh my god. Wait, why does that laugh ring a bell? Oh lord. Oh shit! What? What is it, Gordon?
Alright, now, I'm afraid I cannot explain what was seen in those tapes, but I'd like to make it clear that they were not altered in any way.
So you're suggesting this was paranormal activity?
I am not suggesting anything. I am just telling you what I saw. It appeared that in those tapes, the train was attacked by another engine.
Do you have an idea to who this engine was?
Well, all I can say is that it looked identical to an engine that was destroyed back in 1925. But again, I'm not making any assumptions. I'm just telling you what I saw. How are you going to deal with the situation? We will continue to investigate the matter thoroughly.
What if it is a real ghost? What are you going to do then?
Yep, we're rolling. Now tell us, what was your immediate reaction when you saw the footage?
Well, I nearly had a heart attack from that video. It was the most shocking thing I had ever seen in my life.
Well, I actually laughed at first because I thought it was a prank and someone had screwed with the footage. My laugh quickly went silent when I saw how pale everyone else was, and it hit me. I had just seen a ghost on camera!
I instantly knew who it was. My grandfather had told me about this Alfred engine and the damage he had done.
After I realized that, there was no doubt. I tried to convince myself otherwise, but what I saw was just not from this world!
Well, it appears we have a ghost on the line.
Who are you gonna call?
Well, I see what you did there. In all seriousness, what the hell are we supposed to do? Perhaps if we, I don't know, try to meet up with Alfred and see what he wants. Are you kidding me? He tried to murder us! He's right, Gordon. From what my grandfather told me, there is no way I'm going to negotiate with him.
But how can you stop him? And what if he strikes again?
The only thing I worry about right now is how everyone will react.
And how did they react?
Oh, it was news all around the world. But the interesting thing is this. The only way it affected the railway was that there were less night trains, as people didn't want to travel at night. So in all honesty, it didn't do that much damage. But oh boy, did people start writing up strange conspiracies.
How did the other engines react?
It's a conspiracy! A constant what?
Conspiracy! It's when
Oh, it's too complicated to explain and not worth it. We're all doomed!
I say someone's definitely tampered with those cameras.
I don't know what it is, but I can tell you, those tapes do not look like they have been edited. Even 70 years later, I still have the exact image of Alfred stained in my mind, and I tell you, that was the image of Alfred.
There were, of course, more sightings afterwards. Can you tell us about those?
Well, it further cemented my belief that the whole thing was real. First, we saw Alfred on the Wellsworth security cameras. Around 2 a.m., he just casually rolled through the station. Everyone was very confused, but they didn't believe it at first. So the night after, they sent 2 men to investigate. They hung out on the platform with a camera, but Alfred didn't come.
There's no ghosts. We've been here for hours.
I think you're quite right. But shall we look up the line a bit?
I don't see why not. Ghosts? Pah! What a load of rubbish. I tell you, this is probably nothing but a wretched prank old Fat Hat is playing on us.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, wait. Blast! My wallet must have fallen out on the bench. I'll just go back and...
It was then I no longer cared whether it was real or not. I only knew that I had to send Alfred back to where he came from.
So, how did you do it?
Well, a few days later, someone came to me who had the answer. Well, hello, sir. What's your name again?
Rogman, sir. Nathan W. Rogman.
Sir, may I inquire as to why you wanted to see me?
It's about this, paranormal activity. I know how to put an end to it.
Are you an exorcist or something?
No, but I used to work on the Cody Fail Railway, and we had similar incidents to what's going on right now.
Similar incidents? You mean there was a ghost there too?
Before I go further, I must recommend that you keep this information out of the public until we've caught the ghost. Understood?
Of course. Now carry on.
Right. Until a few years ago, I was a guard on the Cody Fail Railway. I was quite well known and had a good relation with the manager. It was the summer of 1980 when we saw him.
Who?
The number 1 engine. Godred, who had been scrapped after tumbling down a mountain in 1900, had returned from the dead. He stared at us with his ghostly eyes. We were all still, unable to move in fright. He then slowly moved forward, and we ran back into the coach that had brought us up. Our engine puffed away very quickly. It didn't stop until we had reached the safety of our shed. We had seen a ghost engine.
And what did you do?
Well, we made sure that the press didn't hear about it for one thing, but we had no idea what to do. I mean, what the heck do you do with a ghost? But the answer soon came to us. A driver's grandfather, who was 98 at the time, was once an archaeologist. He knew almost everything about Southern history, from ancient kings and castles and battles. He knew of an object that would rid us of Godred's ghost. This object happened to be an old kettle.
A kettle? How is a bloody kettle gonna kill a ghost?
It doesn't kill them. It traps them. According to legend, it was constructed in the 1500s by a mysterious man believed to be a wizard. We don't know much about this man, but we do know he was very interested in the idea of ghosts and paranormal activity. He succeeded in making a kettle that could trap ghosts. No one knows who got a hold of it after this man died, but it eventually ended up in the bottom of Arlesdale Lake.
How did you find it?
We didn't. The archaeologist had it in his possession. He had found it at the bottom of the lake in Arlesdale long before. He never captured any ghosts with it because he never ran into any. Now was the time to put it to the test. We tracked down Godred's ghost once more. We stared into his non-existent soul. The archaeologist taunted the ghost, encouraging him to run towards him. Godred gave in and shot forward. And just as it hit him, there was a blinding flash. Godred was gone, but the kettle was now whistling. as if the water was boiling. Godred was trapped inside.
Let me guess. You're suggesting that we use this, kettle to trap Alfred?
Exactly. But we have to find it first. After realizing that this kettle was indeed a, well, magical one, the archaeologist was concerned about it going into the wrong hands. It remained hidden in his house until he died. Then his grandson apparently buried it in an old abandoned mine near the Scarloy Railway.
I see. Well, there seems to be no other logical solution. Let's find that kettle. Tell me, where is the grandson of this archaeologist?
Well, just by luck, I believe he's now a driver on the Scarloy Railway. I've heard he now drives a little orange diesel. His name is Hornsby.
Well, I best inform the official investigator. He'd like to know about this.
Oh my goodness! How did it get so cold, Oliver? Son?
Oh, I'm sorry, Henry. Was my entrance a little too chilling?
What are you doing here?
I should have thought it was obvious. I was the pride of the Elenia. Adored, admired, glorified. Until you and Gordon had to come and ruin it for me!
You did that yourself! And how are you gonna enact your revenge? You're a ghost! You can't do anything!
Oh, really? Have you forgotten our little reunion?
Oh my god!
Let's get out of here.
Agreed!
You can run, Henry, but you can't hide. Not while your and Gordon's fates are sealed. Not while I have this whole cursed railway to haunt.
The next morning, we set off to find this, thing.
What is it they're looking for, driver?
Afraid I can't say. It's confidential. Now come on, off we go.
Are you sure this, tea kettle will be there?
Well, aside from Hornsby, no one's been in the mine since it closed. In fact, not many people know of its existence.
I still can't believe that the solution to a supernatural problem is a ruddy tea kettle.
I saw him last night.
Are you serious?
It was only a matter of time before you did.
Why do you think he's back?
Why wouldn't he? He thinks we're the cause of his downfall, and he wants revenge. He wants to haunt us and cause as much mayhem as possible.
If he can push you off the rails and create a sinkhole, who knows what else he can do?
That's what I'm worried about.
I think you should be a little more than worried. We've got a homicidal phantom on our line.
And that is why the Fat Controller is on a secret mission right now. I say, I don't see any kettles in here.
I put it in a trapdoor, if I remember correctly. The trouble is, I don't remember.
What?
Oh, there it is. You all right, Topham?
I've had worse, and I think I found your kettle.
Yep, that is most certainly it. Just as beautiful as I remember it.
It looks like it came from Asda.
You mean the shop?
All right, very funny. But be careful. This object contains a great deal of power, and it must be used carefully. Whoops!
What on earth? It was sunny! How is this possible? I think that new fuel might not be a good fit for me. Oh, there they are!
All right, we better get that thing into a safe place before it causes more trouble.
Thank you, Rusty.
You're welcome. Pleased to be of service.
What utter nonsense. I hope this bloody thing works. I will not lose this railway to a disgruntled dead locomotive.
Out of my way, you silly sausages!
I'm staying put, you blue buffoon.
You know, I wonder if Alfred's paid him a visit.
Now that is something I'd pay to see. He's a right coward, and would probably shake himself to bits.
Or wet the tracks. Oh look, it's the Fat Controller. Good afternoon. We have good news. We found it. Found what? Oh, right. Let me explain. This here is a kettle that can trap ghosts. I beg your pardon?
You heard him right. This is a mystical object right here.
I take it the engines didn't believe you?
No, not at first. They thought we had nicked it from Burning Man or something. It's a long story, but I'll explain later. Tonight, we've got work to do.
Tonight?
Why, yes. We need to get rid of this ghost as soon as possible.
Well, okay, but do you even need us, though?
Yes, because we need to ram him at speed.
Then Gordon should do it.
But what if something goes wrong? We're going to need more than one engine.
Well, that makes me feel loads better.
You don't understand. He's more powerful than you think. He can levitate things. He's not just a ghost. He's a demon.
We'll have to trick him somehow. This is not going to be easy.
Yes, you don't need to state the bloody obvious.
Good luck, you two. I'd be there with you, but I'm just not strong enough.
Go and get rid of that evil creature of an engine once and for all!
I will say though, I don't know if throwing a teapot at a ghost will work.
If you make any more snarky comments, you might as well go right in front of us to face Alfred full on, Thomas.
Calm down, Gordon. You're just nervous.
Nervous? Nervous, Henry! I'm bloody terrified, you donut!
Oh, finally. Here they come.
Got the kettle?
Yep. I think we're ready.
Well, I'm not. I don't think any of us are ready, Mr. Rogman.
I know that. But we've got to get rid of this thing.
Did he just say they're using a kettle to get rid of Alfred?
You've got to be kidding me.
So we left around midnight for Wellsworth. It was one of the most hair-raising journeys I've ever taken. Just before we arrived at Wellsworth, we knew he was there.
Oh, God.
Well, where are you? Show yourself!
Oh, how rude of me. What? That's right, Gordon. Feast your eyes on the life you've destroyed.
Okay, I'm just gonna say right off the bat that I'm not going to listen to any of this bullcrap about how we were the reason you blew yourself up. Ever since you arrived on this island, you had this horrible attitude. You were arrogant, rude, and to put it frankly, a great big freaking sociopath. You had many chances to get your act together, but you just wouldn't because all you cared about was domination. You wanted to be on top of the ladder, the best out there. You wanted everything all to yourself. Well, that's not how life works, buddy. You are nothing but a stuck-up green asshole.
And I'm supposed to believe you weren't the same?
In the past, maybe, but not now. Gordon is a well-respected engineer. He is bold, brave, and will not let anything destroy him. He uses his strength to help others in need. He knows what it means to be an engine of Sodor, something you never seem to know.
In your point of view, perhaps. I tell you mine.
I don't give a damn about your point of view. You tried to murder us. I take it back. You're not just an asshole. You're a savage beast.
Bye-bye, bastard!
Strike one!
Oh, come on!
Don't bother, Gordon. It's useless to resist.
You're a blinking ghost. What are you going to do? Knock me off the rails? Ah!
Strike two. Oh, and to answer your question, Gordon.
No, what are you doing?
Teaching you a jolly good lesson. Your second great, Gordon. And that's all you'll ever be!
Oh no, Gordon! So, you won't stay dead, eh?
Heaven 87546, my dearest friend. How are you?
No. 87546 is no more. My name is Croven, and how dare you call me a friend?
Oh, come now. I thought we were the best of chums.
Yeah, I thought so too. But I see the truth now. I wasn't your friend. I was your pawn, your minion. You manipulated me with your hateful ideologies. And that's your problem, Alfred. You have no love or sympathy in you. You're full of nothing but pure hate.
Hate which has kept my spirit intact for all these decades. And, ironically enough, I love it! You could have joined me, Croven. But I see my triumph is a solo act. Now why don't you run along and play?
Why don't you just come and kiss my ass?
Why, you wretched little ingrate!
Go back to hell, you son of a bitch!
He's gone. You've done it!
Bloody hell. I've forgotten why I don't run. Oh, me legs are aching.
I'm confused. I thought we had to ram Alfred at speed.
Apparently, the Fat Controller was going fast enough.
The demon has been smitten.
Yes, let him rot in that pit. Now, if you'd excuse me, I must attend to the governor. I can't spend all day wasting time chasing ghosts.
I guess he does have more bravery than we thought, just like the man he was named after. Now then, I think it would be prudent if we got the breakdown train.
So, that's it? It only took that tea kettle?
Yes, I know, it's shocking, but you never know what power these little knickknacks have.
Indeed. Do you have any contact with Rodman now? We couldn't interview him because he's in the United States right now.
Occasionally, but he's a bit of a nutter now. He looks around for other mysterious magical things. In fact, he went to America to find a so-called magic railroad. We gave the kettle back to Hornsby, who discarded it somewhere secret. No one knows where it is, and frankly, that's a good thing. People can't be trusted with magical instruments such as that.
I believe this belongs to you.